we develop this? First tip, first actual practical tip, don't memorize something. Most good speakers, matter of fact, most great speakers, you never see them reading from a script. You will rarely see a speaker who has to refer to his own script or who has to refer to his own notes, right? Speakers rarely do that, right? Now, is it because they have crazy memorization skills? Is it because for some reason they have this very amazing ability to remember everything? No, they don't, right? It's very hard to remember something word to word. Even if you try, even if you try, you will still not remember something word to word. It cannot happen. It's that hard. And even if you do manage to memorize it, the pressure that will be on you is going to be insane. Because here's the thing, you have just memorized it, right? That's all you know. So if you forget it, then you're left hanging, right? Most good speakers, they rarely memorize, right? But does that mean that they just wake up and start speaking about something? Hell no. Obviously no. What they do have is a sense of continuity in their speech, right? I am making this video right now. I am not reading from a script. I am not reading from a script. Matter of fact, I never even made a script for this video. But that this video is still not random, right? As you can see, I still wrote down certain points. First of all, the idea originated that, hey, you know what? Maybe I should make a video on articulation. I noted down certain points. I noted down certain words that I have to, say. But as you can see, I'm obviously speaking more than what's on the screen. And this is not from a script. I am looking at the screen right now and speaking, new words. How am I doing this? Simple. I have a sense of continuity. I know that I have to start a video, introduce, then speak on the main topics, then conclude the video. These are my main points. So what's going on in my head? What I've basically done is I have these certain checkpoints, right? Introduction, middle, conclusion, and then something else after conclusion, right? Maybe. So I have these certain points and I have memorized these points, right? This is not something I'm making up on the spot. I know the points, those things I've, remembered in my head. However, everything in between I'm doing on the spot, right? So the main skill that you need to develop to become a very great speaker is this thing. How do I connect two certain ideas? How do I flow between two ideas, right? That is your main, you can say that's your main objective, that you have to connect 2 points, right? If you randomly start talking about anything, people won't pay attention to you. You will just talk about anything, right? You'll start with one topic, then you'll go somewhere else. By the end of it, you're speaking about God knows what. No, yeah, you still need like boundaries, right? These points, they are like, they give you like a path that, bro, you have to stay within these confines. In between you can do anything. You want to go here, come here, you can do that, but please still stay in your boundaries, right? So it's the same thing. What points basically do is they provide you a, kind of a pathway, checkpoints, right? If you have played a video game or something, you know how there are objectives in a mission, but you can still do things in between those missions, right? Most open world games, if I played, there are objectives, right? But you can still do random shit in it, right? Same thing with talking. The main thing is you need to cover the main points. In between, please feel free to do whatever. Obviously, you shouldn't do whatever you want. We'll come to that later. But in between, you can flow anyways, right? So you have full freedom over that. Coming back to the third point now. So, okay, now I know that, okay, let's say Bhargav, that I have these points in my head also, but how do I connect those points, right? I still have trouble in that, right? Because a lot of people, what happens with them is they cannot fill in between the points, right? They have trouble finding the right words. They have trouble in this stuff, right? Again, as I said, your main objective is your main topic should be remembered. And another important thing, as I said, a lot of people, they have trouble connecting 2 points, right? Why does that happen? That happens because they don't have enough information about that topic, right? I have written down certain points about pollution, but I don't have any information about pollution. So how am I going to connect those 2 points? Because here's the thing. Uh, a speech is like a story, right? You cannot just say something randomly. If I start out with, Hello guys, today I'm going to talk about pollution. By the way, uh, there was once a kingdom that existed in Saudi Arabia that was ruled by Kai Sinat. Anyways, back to the topic of pollution. No, you can't do this, right? That's shit posting while you are speaking, right? You can't do that, right? You can't shit post while speaking. You need certain continuity, right? So how do you do that? How to develop that skill that I'm able to talk in between the points, right? For that, let's skip to the third point. Here's the thing, what do you have to do? You need to practice, obviously. Another thing you need to do is consume and read about those points, right? Again, as I said, pollution. Here's the thing. Right now, if you ask me to speak on pollution, I can speak on pollution for like 30 minutes. You know why? Because this is me. I have these random bits of information about pollution. I know that polythene bags take a hell lot of time to decompose. I know that microplastics are an issue nowadays. I know that plastics, they are very dangerous to ecosystems, and a lot of turtles and a lot of other animals that die because of this stuff, right? Here's the thing, this is not structured right now. So I have these unstructured bits of information in me that, okay, pollution, it's bad for the environment, it's bad for health. Then there are microplastics, then there are degradable plastics. A whole lot of arsenal of information I have, but they are bits of information, unscattered bits of information, right? So how exactly do I articulate them? This is where noting points comes into the picture. Because what noting down your points does is, it basically, again, as I said before also, it provides you a pathway. I noted down certain points. Introduction. First, I have to give introduction. Okay, I have to give introduction. I guess in introduction, I can use the information about, the general problems with pollution. So in introduction, I'll use that bit of information which covers the general part. Then my second point is harmful effects. Okay, in harmful effects, now I can bring in that fact that, a polythene, it takes a lot of time to decompose. This information I can include in my point B, because point B provides context. It's relatable with that information. If in the introduction part I speak about, by the way, guys, polythene takes 1,000 years to decompose. That's like, whoa, what the hell? Please introduce first, right? So what noting down points does is, it basically acts like a filter. Point A wala information, it should go to point A. Point B information should go to point B. Point information relevant to point C should go to point C, right? This is how structured. This is how your speech becomes structured, and then again repeat the process, right? So what you can do is, pick a topic, write down certain points, right? Pick a topic, write down certain points, then go ahead and consume information randomly. Randomly. Don't read a book or a textbook. So let's say you're preparing for a speech, right? Tomorrow you have to give a speech on equality, right? Equality, or let's say you have to give a speech on history, right? A certain historical event. Instead of memorizing your speech, here's what you can do. Write down certain points about that topic. Then consume random content about that topic. Maybe you watch a video about history, maybe you read one historical textbook, or if you're talking about equality, then maybe you can, listen to some lectures or something, and then try speaking about equality now, right? Again, nothing memorized. You only have the main points memorized. Everything else you are filling in. How are you filling in? By the random bits of information that you just consume. Repeat this process again and again and again. Again, the more times you repeat it, the better it becomes. Now, one important point which I skipped over, which will come to now, is a lot of people, what they do, right? Uh, when connecting between 2 points, some people are very short and very straight. That makes them sound like a parrot. I'll give you an example, right? I'll start with this. Hello guys, today we are going to talk about how to talk. So let's start with first point. First point is, now it's a very slow process. It needs time to develop. So please practice it a lot and have patience. Anyways, guys, now we'll move to second point. In second point, what we have to basically keep in mind is, we don't have to memorize anything. We have to go for word to word. Because what happens is, now a lot of speakers, they have a sense of continuity, and that's why they are very great speakers. So what you have to do is, you just have to connect certain points. It's painful. It's almost painful to hear to me, right? It's like, what's this? It's like chatur, right? It's almost painful, right? What is this guy talking about? People aren't understanding you. You don't understand yourself, right? And it makes it seem like you're giving an output. When you ask a computer to do a calculation, it straight up gives you the answer. It's not like, oh, hey, by the way, kaisa hai, bro? Yeah, anyway. So, just before you type this question, I was actually thinking of, no, computer doesn't do all that. You ask computer, what's 4 times 2? He'll be like, it's 8. Okay, done. So don't do this. Makes you sound like an absolute parrot. Painful to hear. Don't do this. Another thing that a lot of people do, too many turns. Too many turns. They deviate so much that they cannot come back to their own topic after a while, right? This thing mostly politicians do. I've seen a lot of politicians do this. They just they start with point A and then they go somewhere else, and then by the time they have finished their speech, they haven't even reached point D. They're somewhere else. they किधर तो और ही चले जाते हैं भाई. It's so frustrating, right? This makes you a yapper, a certified A grade yapper. Don't do this, right? So many people, dude. You ask them, hey, can you speak about something? By the way, bro, kal na I was doing this only, anyways, coming back. No, don't do that. This is irritating. This is also irritating. Both of these are irritating. What you can do is deviate just a little bit, right? Deviate, but deviate just a little bit. When I started with this video, I was like, first I covered a little bit of random information that, hey, guys, a lot of people have trouble talking. So anyways, keeping this in mind, now let's jump to point A, then we'll jump to point B. I wasn't very short and straight, but at the same time I wasn't taking too much turns. I didn't start talking about my family or my relationship issues. No, I'm not a yapper, right? I didn't do that. So deviate a little bit, but please deviate only a little bit. How to deviate only a little bit? Stick to your topic, simple as that. Crack a few jokes, but crack a few jokes that related to the topic, right? You want to say some fact, say that fact, but say that fact that's related to conversation, bro. You're speaking about conversation, you make a joke about, I don't know, some historical reference. What's the point, right? So deviate just a little bit. That's the best way you can go about it. So yeah, that's basically the summary. So these are all the points that I wanted to cover. So we went through first of all, obviously that this is a process that eventually becomes automated. Then obviously we went over certain tips that basically what approach, what attitude you should have when it comes to conversation. And then in the end we talked about some do's and don'ts, how to avoid being basically irritating or annoying. So yeah, that's it for this lecture. This was a topic that just randomly popped in my head, so I was like, sure, let's make a video about it. But yeah, that's it for this lecture. If you want me to speak about something else, and if I have enough information about it, maybe I'll make a video about it. So yeah, if you want me to speak about something else, let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's it for this video.